2 videos in a row within 10 hours. Yeah, so for those that maybe were wondering kind of why you didn't see a video go up until like 1 a.m. this morning for yesterday, yesterday was kind of a day from hell. It ended up being that the computer problem that I had was actually just some of the actually the little list of things I had to deal with, and so basically I ended up actually completely forgetting to even upload my video yesterday. Then woke up this morning at like 1:30 and threw it up. So just for those that maybe were wondering, hey, we didn't see a video yesterday. That was basically it. I guess now going forward here on what had happened, I was not able to actually fix the computer. I couldn't even reboot it. So at this point, it's going to basically be something where I'm going to end up getting a new one. And it's looking like the first week of July is going to be when it arrives. So sometime next week. For now, and I guess just for the interim, I'll be filming the videos like this. Again, if you enjoyed my original kind of videos, my original style, yay, because that's pretty much what we're going back to for a little bit. I guess with that being said, though, today was a really good writing day. Just overall this morning, this session was like absolutely fantastic. I don't know why. I'm not really sure the reason for it, but today, after I don't know, maybe the muse is giving me just a little bit back. Just just for what I had to deal with there. The muse is like, all right, you know what? Here's a really strong session. Go. In fact, it's only my disappointment that I actually couldn't skip work today and just stay at the computer and continue to write, because I really had some good momentum going. But it is what it is. I say this a lot, and it's absolutely true, that for me, the writing is always what brings me back. It's always the writing that kind of keeps my life in a sense of balance. I think for a lot of people, it's the inverse, that your life needs to be stable and your life needs to be calm for you to have time to write. That writing during periods of like chaos and uncertainty, or during bad days, or when, what have you, that you simply aren't able to do it. There's too much externally happening to prevent you from being creative, from being able to sit down in that creative space. And for me, it's often, I find, kind of the opposite, in the sense that usually when life is a little bit chaotic, or it's a little bit of, there's a little bit of stress there, if I can get the half hour, the hour, whatever it is, just to sit at the computer amidst the chaos, like have the quiet, that small brief period of quiet time, the writing actually helps me out. It actually kind of helped me through those stages. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. In many ways, it's the opposite of reading, which is why I very rarely, or I would say rarely, but it's why I don't read nearly as much. A lot of people read to unwind. I need to be already unwound to read. I can't read if there are things that are going on, things that are chaotic, whatever. I can't just lay down and read. So for me, it's very much the opposite. And I suppose maybe it's a type A, type B thing, or it's some sort of just personality thing, what have you. But when it comes to the keyboard, that thing is usually what gives me some sort of grounding, which kind of reminds me that, of my responsibilities. It reminds me of what my end goal is, that in truth, beyond just the immediate needs of, like, having a family and and the most immediate important things, that keyboard is the most important thing in my life. And being able to sit there and go through it, and keeping that perspective that that's what matters. A lot of the small things that happen to you that are such a pain, that are so annoying and financially costly and all that stuff, they tend to fall away. They tend to kind of fall at the side, because if you're able to have that thing that you value a lot, if you have it locked down, if you have it where you are being consistent with it and you're not skipping on that area, the secondary things don't ever hurt as bad. They don't ever come nearly as close to being as burdensome as they could be, because you're at that level, because psychologically you've moved to that point where these are the things I value, these are the things that matter. What happened to me doesn't, and not just on a psychological level, like on an intellectual level, but on a deep emotional level, you'll come to understand that. And in doing that, that's where I think a lot of the tranquility amidst this chaos can happen. When you don't value things that are going bad, that are, you know, happening to you that are bad, nearly as much as you value the things that you're getting right and the things that matter to you, that is, in essence, perspective. That is what tranquility is. At least I tend to find that. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to sign off here in a minute, and then hopefully tomorrow we'll have another good session. It's going to be kind of a weird, a little bit of a chaotic week for me, but again, this keyboard's been there for me. It's never betrayed me in any real sense. And so I'm always happy to get back to that thing and to see what the muse brings me tomorrow.